encounters. And then later on we'll have a quarterfinals from the women's singles. So there's plenty for these fans here to get their teeth into. It has been pretty packed day after day so far for the wheelchair tennis here on centre court. We've had a lot to cheer about as well. And as you can see, that is the lineup for the daytime session. Men's singles third round encounters, then women's singles quarterfinals. There's 2 of the men's third round matchups for you. And then there is a quarterfinals in the women's, which will complete the day's play. As I say, beautiful day in Rio. Not a cloud in the sky, exactly the same as it was yesterday. But it's a little hotter today, 27 degrees Celsius. So the court is pretty warm. It does mean is that the ball will fly through the air that much quicker. These courts here in Rio are pretty slow for hard courts. But we should see some aggressive tennis. It's certainly a day, though, to make sure you come hydrated and make sure you protect your head, as it's that one spectator is doing there. The caps, the sunglasses and the sunscreen. It's a fabulous arena, though, this one. It's built for the Olympics, but it's also held some big ATP Tour tournaments. It's a WTA event. It will continue to do that after Rio 2016. First up, incidentally, we have the top seed in the men's singles in action, as Frenchman Stephane Houdet takes on the talented young Spaniard Daniel Caverzaschi. There's confirmation of that. Houdet, as I say, the top seed because he is the world #1 at the moment. He is also a former gold medalist at the Paralympic Games. He claimed his only gold from the past in Beijing in 2008 in the doubles. He was a silver medalist in the singles 4 years ago in London, and also picked up a bronze in 2012 in London. So he's got 3 medals to his name, but he'll be hoping that he can add not just any colour of medal, but adding the gold, which is his ambition in the singles here in Rio. But this is Daniel Caverzaschi. As I say, the young Spaniard, 23 years of age. He's at a career high ranking at the moment of 15. His second Paralympic Games. He was there in London. This is the furthest he's ever got in the singles at a Paralympic Games, so a good experience for him. And here comes Stephane Houdet. Can only be described as a rather snazzy and state-of-the-art chair that he uses. It costs around £120,000. It's more like a Formula 1 car than a wheelchair tennis. He's looking to transcend the sport, move it on. It's a fascinating piece of equipment. It has a saddle on it, which means it gives him that little bit more reach. It's made of carbon fibre, so it's very light, means he can manoeuvre himself around the court very quickly. As I said, looking to try and push the sport on in terms of the technology that can be used, but of course not all players can afford a chair like that one. It's one that his sponsors have paid for. And of course, that is the benefit of being the world #1. Favourite for this one. They've met just the once before, these two, and it was Houdet who won on that occasion back in 2015 at the South African Open. He was pushed in both sets though, Houdet, 6-4, 6-4. Both players have done a lot of winning this year. Okay, Caverzaschi is used to playing on the ITF Series 3 circuit, so a lower level than Houdet. Of course, winning breeds confidence and also breeds belief. Caverzaschi will have nothing to lose in this third round encounter. He's done a good job of getting through his opening 2 rounds. He lost in the second round in London, so he has made new ground already. So his ambition is to try and medal here, either in the singles or the doubles. He's incidentally still involved in the doubles. He was part of a big upset yesterday, beating Jordanne 2-1. So he's playing some excellent tennis right now, Caverzaschi. He's won 6 tournaments in 2016, all of them Series 3, including winning his last tournament in Belgium, which was the AF Open. So arrives at the Paralympic Games in Rio with a lot of confidence. Should be able to play with a lot of freedom as well against Houdet. Struggled in his first round match though at Caverzaschi. Defeated 3 sets by Whiley. And won comfortably against the talented American Steve Baldwin. 6-love, 6-3. Houdet has played just the one match so far, dropped just the 3 games. He had a bye in the first round and beat David Philipson, Great Britain, 6-1, 6-2. Houdet of course had a very good year. The fact that he's back ranked as the world #1, but hasn't maybe performed as he would have liked in the slams, in the singles that is. Anyway, he's reached the semi-finals of Wimbledon, lost to Olsen there. At the French Open, to Jordanne. He's a semi-finalist at the Australian Open, so it's been a bit of a mixed year when it's come to the big tournaments for the 45-year-old. He's of course never won singles gold at a Paralympic Games. He won the doubles 8 years ago, I should say, in Beijing. He's got 3 Grand Slam titles, though, to his name throughout his career. Twice won at the French Open, and once at the US Open. And you would think, really, the slower court here in Rio would probably suit Houdet a little better. He is known for his manoeuvrability. He moves himself around the court, of course. That state-of-the-art wheelchair helping him with that. So he's just propped up a little more than the others, which gives him that extra bit of reach. But he's a talented man, is Houdet, just in terms of his tennis ability. He's a former world #1 in disabled golf. He's also a qualified vet, so intelligent too. Some people have it all, don't they? As for Caverzaschi, he's an intelligent man himself. Studied economics at the University of Warwick in Great Britain. It says his ambition is to reach the world's top 8. And not just that, but also become a Grand Slam champion and a Paralympic medalist. And that's not it either. He also says he wants to become a successful banker. So he is a busy young man, as you say, 23 years of age. They are ready for this one. It's a 3rd round encounter of the Men's Singles Open. So Caverzaschi winning the toss and electing to receive, so maybe looking to steal an early break. I say Houdet, of course, an excellent golfer as well, and uses 2 golf clubs in his hands when he plays tennis, which is rather unique. Amazing story, really, with how he got involved in the sport of wheelchair tennis. He discovered it when he was playing golf with Dutchman Johan Cruyff, the famous footballer. Just race Dolores Campos, Brazilian chair umpire for this one. The chair umpires, incidentally, a little busier here at the Paralympic Games because there are no line judges for the baseline. So, anything that lands near the baseline has to be called by the umpire. But yeah, going back to the story for Houdet. He was discovered wheelchair tennis while playing golf with Dutch footballer Johan Cruyff. His charity foundation used to be heavily involved in the sport. Houdet and Cruyff were working together, developing the World Tour Golf for the disabled. golf was his preferred sport. His lack of inclusion in the Paralympics program saw him turn to tennis, the sport he played as a boy. He was a very good junior player in tennis, another body format, before having a motorbike accident when he was 24. And then 10 years later, he turned to wheelchair tennis. And he hasn't really looked back since. He's a dominant player, the first player ever to beat Canada, which was the long-time world #1. And since then, he's claimed 3 Grand Slam titles, that 1 gold at the Paralympics in Beijing 2008. The silver that he picked up in the singles in 2012 and the bronze in the doubles in 2012. He's had a long, illustrious career, won a numerous amount of titles. His singles record, incidentally, he's won 481, lost 139. His record for the year, though, coming into this tournament was 149, lost 9. And as I say, has struggled a little in the bigger tournaments, such as the Slams. Tricolore, out in force. They'll be getting behind their man Houdet. Yeah, the tournaments that he's won this year, more high-level tournaments, of course. And Nottingham was the last tournament he played before this one, and then before all that, won the Japan Open, the 2 tournaments in Johannesburg, and 1 tournament in the Kazan Classic as well. He's got 7 doubles titles as well. He's also the world #1 in doubles, including winning the Australian Open this year with PIFA. As for Caverzaschi, as I say, he's a talented young man. I feel he's getting better and better at this sport. I'd like to see him maybe next year in particular go up a little level and challenge himself a little more. He's mainly been playing ITF Series 3 tournaments, which is a couple of levels lower than Houdet, but he's been dominating those. He's won 6 of them in total, including his last tournament before this one. So both players coming into this tournament on winning runs. He won the Ath Open in Belgium. He also won Madrid, Alpi del Mar, Amphion, Biel, and Preston. 6 tournament wins this year. He's won 34 matches, lost 11. Coming into this tournament, that's now 136, lost 11, which is an excellent ratio. And he's at a career high world ranking of 15. And as I say, also was part of the team that knocked out Denaya and Gerard in the men's doubles yesterday. Caverzaschi won with his partner De La Puente. Will have a lot of belief. As I say, nothing to lose. He pushed Houdet hard in their one previous meeting as well, albeit it was a straight sets win for Houdet. 6-4, 6-4. He will feel that he's improved since that meeting in Johannesburg. In terms of the nations that both of these represent in wheelchair tennis, they've got on. France have 2 golds, both of them coming in the men's format of the sport. One of those, of course, won by Houdet in the doubles. They have 13 medals in total. Is it 4th on the wheelchair tennis past medals leaderboard? Spain have never medalled, so Caverzaschi looking to make history in wheelchair tennis for his nation. Still alive in the doubles as well as in the singles, so does have a couple of chances, but it's going to be a tall order today against the top seed and world #1. Incidentally, it's been a tournament for the seeds so far. All of the other 3rd round encounters are all seeded except for one. The only seed to go out so far in the tournament has been Egberink, the Netherlands, the 11th seed, lost to Dong Xunjiang. But other than that, all the seeds safely through to the 3rd round. Of course, whoever wins this one will be through to the quarterfinals. The winner of this match plays the match between Takuya Miki and Mikel Schifers. for Caverzaschi playing the sport, incidentally, is that he's always played a numerous amount of sports. When he started to compete in tennis, he was actually also competing in alpine skiing. He's an excellent skier too. Finally chose tennis because he just loved competing in it and loved the atmosphere on the tennis tour. I have to say the Paralympic Games atmosphere here on centre court has been wonderful. Not only in the day but in the night sessions as well. They've really got behind this sport, the Brazilian crowd. And you'd expect it to fill out a little more as the day continues. Of course, it's still early in the morning here in Rio. It's the most memorable moment, Caverzaschi, was when Spain became the junior world champions in 2011, which is the first time that has ever occurred in Spanish history. He remembers the celebrations with his friends where he was thrown into a freezing swimming pool. And their heads were completely shaved. So some celebration, as you can see there, that his hair has grown back somewhat. And, what he'd do, though, if he was able to pick up a medal here at the Paralympic Games. He sustained a 15-centimetre tear in his quadriceps earlier on in 2016, but has recovered well enough to be fully fit in these Paralympic Games. Caverzaschi, as I say, and he's in decent form as well. Won a lot of matches this year. He was born with the proximal focal femoral deficiency, which is a leg length difference. Important for the players, of course, to a lot of water on board. As I say, it's pretty hot, 27 degrees Celsius, although these wheelchair tennis players are used to playing in the heat on the tour. Still, it's pretty humid conditions in Brazil. As I say, it should allow the players to be able to hit through one another a little more. This court here in Rio a little slower than most hard courts on the circuit. So we're just about ready to get this one underway. It's a third round encounter. The top seed, Stephane Houdet, against the talented young Spaniard, Daniel Caverzaschi. Houdet, the man serving. See that he's just splashed his cap with some water to help him stay cool. Noticed already the big difference in wheelchair tennis compared to able-bodied tennis is the fact that you're allowed 2 bounces. The first bounce though has to bounce within the confines of the court. Though really is the only difference between wheelchair tennis and able-bodied tennis. As I'm sure as you'll discover, it's a fascinating spectacle to watch. Very similar in terms of what the players are looking to do as they go into the ball. They're looking to get momentum as they strike it. See there, Caverzaschi on the return, starting well back and then moving into the shot. It's a fine forehand up the line. Dominant start then, now the top seed. Up the court with the serve. Nice 1-2 punch. It's a really good serve as well, cutting it away from Caverzaschi. So super start by the world number 1. It's Houdet who takes the first game. He's one of the big differences in the top players compared to the rest of the world. The ability to get that first serve in and pick up cheap points. As I say, particularly on a slow court like this one, to serve well so you can pick up cheap points, and it also conserves the energy. Of course, it is a hot day.
Caverzaschi to serve.
Yeah, much like in everybody tennis, players will want to take the ball early. They don't want to leave it to 2 bounces. The earlier you can take it, the more time you take away from your opponent. They looking to be aggressive, so step up the court there and a drive volley to boss his opponent around. Very consistent is Caverzaschi. Just getting in the way a little there.
15
Cleverly going back in behind his opponent. Milan just saw it coming either. Super return. For Caverzaschi to have a high first serve percentage, because second serves like that are always going to be punished, really, in truth, by the world number 1. Maybe just feeling a few nerves. I haven't played in an arena like this all that often, and with Caverzaschi. Errors from the Spaniard, and it gives Houdet a couple of break points. Again, another aggressive return from Houdet. And the top seed is purring already. Dropped just the 1 point in the first 2 games. Breaks nice and early, does the 45-year-old. It is Houdet who leads by 2 games to love. Effective service. You can see throws it behind his head. To generate topspin if he wants to on the ball. He's able to generate a fair amount of pace though. To wrist snap on the action. At the moment, Caverzaschi struggling to deal with the serve. So the elevated position on the chair just allows him to get more movement in the trunk. Into it, and again a short return is just mopped up by Houdet. Right now it's a demonstration of quality wheelchair tennis. He's dropped just the 2 points in the first 3 games. Dominant tennis from the world number 1. He leads by 3 games to love. Super point. And that may just help to settle his nerves. He's been outplayed for the majority of this one, but finding the passing shot there, even with the reach that Houdet has, able to get to that forehand up the line. Well, Houdet doing ever so well to get the serve back in play. Caverzaschi beginning to enjoy himself. As I say, the Brazilian crowd here always tend to get behind the underdog. They're doing just that here. Slightly the graphics wrong. It is 30-love to Caverzaschi. Oh, he's just missed it, or has he? Not sure I heard a call from the chair umpire. Did look long though. The graphics has gone to the Frenchman. It was a grueling rally. Terrific movement from both players. You can see they're looking to try and step up the court when they can. Who did step up the court and left himself a little exposed to that cross-court backhand. Got away with it. Yes, indeed, at 30-15. A vicious return from Houdet. Caverzaschi needs to find a way to get it away from his opponent's forehand off that serve. Far too many cheap points as the top seed. Just overcooked it. It's a sport you just cannot take your eyes off, isn't it? Houdet right on top of the baseline, trying to dictate the points. See, Caverzaschi sitting a little deeper in the court, likes a little bit more time on the ball. Particularly the backhand wing, getting a lot of heavy topspin. You hit the serve, incidentally, to get on the move. Otherwise you can be left a little static, as we've seen a few times with Caverzaschi. He has taken advantage of that with his return.
Yes.
First double fault, Spaniard. Well, I have to feel that Really, when you're looking at the point construction and how the rallies are going, Caverzaschi does have a chance today against Houdet. Hasn't quite found his A game, which he has to do against the world number 1. And that one's just long as well. So Houdet is able to win a 4th straight game. He's meant to work for it a lot harder though there, so Caverzaschi can at least take some confidence from that game, even though he lost it. I feel this set now may well be beyond him. I think there's a double break of serve down, but he's been able to out-rally Houdet on a couple of occasions. Just needs to find a way to get that first serve to the backhand side of Houdet. He's doing a better job of staying in the rallies longer. Can he do so here in this game? Quite in the right position there, Caverzaschi. You do feel that he's a player who prefers a bit of time on the ball. He's maybe trying to play out of his comfort zone, just to almost get the power back against Houdet. It's quality from Houdet. Just took that backhand so early, it was almost on the half volley. Taking all the time away from Caverzaschi, and again, it is the Frenchman who is dictating most of the play. Really do enough with return there, Caverzaschi. Against a player as talented as Houdet. Needs to be a little deeper than that, or at least get the Frenchman on the move. To the middle of the court, and he's always on the back foot. Houdet continuing his momentum, and he is now just a game away from taking this opening set. He's a game away from securing the bagel, because it's the world number 1 who leads by 5 games to love in this opening set. a near perfect start for the top seed, Stephane Houdet. He's in complete control. He's timing the ball well, moving well. Serving particularly well, he's able to keep the points nice and short on serve. Caverzaschi in his last service game did pose a few more questions to his opponent, and let's see if he can go one better. Or at least maybe avoid the bagel in this opening set. I feel he has the ability to test Houdet, a little more than the scoreline suggests. Serving to stay in the first set, love 5. Such a heavy topspin, high backhand, isn't it? Really lands on the surface, springs off this hard court. Second double fault for Caverzaschi, and you can hear his scream of anguish, just frustrated with himself, just whenever he seemingly got a little bit of momentum. Along comes an unforced error, just stops any of that momentum that he's created. Eventually found a way past his Spanish opponent. He always felt that that was Houdet. He was in control of the point. It was the forehand that did the damage. Quality once more. Just wonder how Caverzaschi really is going to get himself back into this matchup. Because Houdet, who's playing that much further up the court, he's the man on the top of the baseline. Taking the ball earlier, Caverzaschi doing a lot of moving. So 2 set points for the top seed. Just pulled that one wide, so showing he's human. Still a set point though for Houdet. Houdet just has everything in his locker. That was brilliant defence in that point. We've seen him attack time and time again in the opening set. And it's been 6 games of near perfection, showing everyone why he is the world #1. Houdet takes the first set then by 6 games to love in 24 minutes. So these are the statistics from that opening set. Dominant display of quality wheelchair tennis from Stephane Houdet. As you can see, he's the player who's been far more the aggressor. And on top of the baseline, 7 winners to just the 2 for Caverzaschi. You just wonder whether the Spaniard will look to change things up a little in terms of maybe come forward and take a few more risks. The last point of the set there, where he was able to get forward and get a volley and get Houdet on the move, but the defensive qualities of the Frenchman also superb to get him back in the rally. So there is a bit of hope for Caverzaschi, but really it's just been so good from the man in your picture. Cap in cold water. It's a roasting hot day in Rio. Work to do then for the Spaniard, Daniel Caverzaschi, dropping the first set 6-love. Securing the bagel. And looking for more of the same, no doubt, in the second set. Houdet to serve then to start this second set off. Great aggressive tennis. Moving up the court, taking the ball out of the air. It negates that high, heavy topspin return from Caverzaschi. Hits it very high off the backhand side. A lot of topspin, so if it hits the court, it's going to kick up and be tough to get back in play. Houdet just using his head, stepping up the court, taking it out of the air. It completely takes out all of the topspin. The effect of the topspin when it would land on the court. First serve percentage is something that Houdet would want to improve. 50% in that first set. 6-love, he can improve himself in the second set. Point that the Spaniard wins is being cheered to the rafters here in centre court. The majority of neutrals here. They want to see the Frenchman tested a little more. Again, Caverzaschi looking to be more aggressive and trying to step up the court. I'm sure he feels he needs to do, but it isn't really his natural game. And that is the situation, though, that he finds himself in with the quality that we've seen from Houdet. He is forcing the Spaniard to play a different brand of tennis. It's a powerful first serve, isn't it? 160 kilometers an hour first serve. The body of Caverzaschi, apologising for it. I'm sure the Spaniard knows that there was no intent there whatsoever. It's going to happen when you've got a monstrous serve like that one. So 7th game in a row for Houdet. He's looking to break again. Got to pick up his first serve percentage here, because just like the first set, as Houdet was pouncing on these second serves. It's just really been unable to get it away from the forehand of Houdet. Again, being pushed and shoved all over the court. It's a rare error. Haven't seen too many errors off the forehand return from Houdet. That's the problem as well, isn't it, for Caverzaschi? He's just been given so few cheap points. Two break points for the world number one. Well, that is audacious from Stephane Houdet. Using his racket as a wand. Chance for the Spaniard there. Caught him by surprise. It's the first time that he's attempted a drop shot. Absolutely nailed it. With that winner, secures the break and opens up a 2-love lead. An 8th straight game for Houdet. Tidy tennis. Again, doing a better job here of getting up the court quicker. It's a lovely angle on the backhand. Well, position then for Caverzaschi to perhaps get the break back. Lovely 1-2 punch. Opens the court up with the sliced wide serve. Purposely taking it on the backhand side, just enabling him to almost hit with a bit more angle. Super point. He gets the thumbs up from Houdet. And back in behind his opponent. A little more aggressive as well with the backhand. We've seen him hit a lot of high topspin balls. He's kind of keeping it a little lower, taking the time away from his French opponent. 2 break points then for Caverzaschi. Sure, he'll get a big cheer if he can get himself on the scoreboard finally. He's just spread it wide. Well, it's taken him all of about 37 minutes. Daniel Caverzaschi is on the scoreboard. And that's to the delight of the majority of the fans here on centre court. World number 15 breaks back in the second set. Although he's still trailing Houdet by 2-1 in the second set. So for the first time in the match, a bit of momentum for Caverzaschi. Houdet, though, looking to stamp that momentum out early. That loss in the previous game will just be a blip, rather than a change of course in this third round encounter. That's just delightful. Nothing that Caverzaschi could do. Really good return. Took it early on the angle. Caverzaschi did well just to get it back in play, but then almost on the half volley. Caverzaschi barely in the picture. Two superb backhands. 12th winner, Houdet. A learning curve for Caverzaschi, no doubt about that. As I say, he's played majority of his tennis in the ITF Series 3 events. It's a step up for the Spaniard. He will have learned a lot about his game. Not only do you have to play to a high level, but you have to play to a high level all the time. That's the player like Houdet. Sadly for Caverzaschi, he just hasn't been able to keep his level as high. Houdet breaks straight back to love. Leads 3-1. Again, taking the ball so early. Dominant.
29.
I often talk to coaches though before they play players who are ranked considerably higher than them. I always say it's a great barometer. It's somewhere where you can gauge where your game is at. You learn a lot about what needs improving. I'm sure that's what Caverzaschi will take away from this match if he isn't able to turn it around. He's been going in the right direction. His wheelchair tennis career. He's at a career high ranking of 15. He's gone a round further than he did 4 years ago in London already. He's displayed some nice shots, but you do just feel he's a little too defensive with the top players. He got that one wrong. I think he wanted to take it after just the one bounce. Caught in two minds. I feel he's been battered and bruised out there on centre court. You can understand mistakes like that one against Houdet. That's a vicious serve. Well, we wondered whether the momentum would continue for Caverzaschi, but Houdet ensuring that it doesn't. Breaks to love and then holds to 15. And it's a 3-game cushion in this second set for the world number 1. Leads by 4 games to 1. Still avoid the bagel in this set, Caverzaschi, but I think to make it a little more competitive. Such a beautifully constructed point from Houdet. Making it all look so easy. Caverzaschi just has to tell himself it's only the one break in this second set. Feels like more than that, the way that the first set went. That's one thing maybe he'll look to work on as well. It just seemed to be a little slow after he's hit the serve to get on the move. Reaction to the second ball hasn't been as sharp as it needs to be against someone who takes the return so early as Houdet does. He's just varied his return, Houdet, so Caverzaschi is uncertain maybe which way to go. Needed his best performance today, Caverzaschi, if he was to have any hope of troubling Houdet. As I say, the last time they met, he picked up 8 games. He did really challenge his opponent. He's improved since then, but it just hasn't worked for him. Houdet's been exceptional. Caverzaschi hasn't found his A game. Well, this one's very nearly done and dusted. Second serve set up, and it's yet another return winner for the 45-year-old. Houdet breaks again, and is a game away from a place in the quarterfinals. So serving for the second set and the match. 5-1. Oh, it's a wondrous backhand winner. And he hasn't got a lot to take home from this match, Caverzaschi, but that one will stay in the memory. On the stretch, beautifully guarded up the line. Thumbs up from Houdet. Oh, well, showing he's human, Houdet. Still hope for Caverzaschi. Well, finds the line once more. It's a little late, but the backhand's starting to purr. First ace for Houdet. Saves the first break point. Still two more though for the Spaniard. This is fabulous. Control of the racket head there. Undercutting the ball. Wondrous. Well, it's been a glittering performance from start to finish from the world number one. He's looking to cap it off here. Match point. Oh, yes. Well, he's had some fine winners in this game. Saves the first match point. It's a lovely 1-2 punch. It's been a combination that has worked exceptionally well for Houdet. I'm sure it's one that he'll go to time and time again here in Rio, as it does look like he's going to progress into the quarterfinals. Again, not this time. Second match point saved, and Caverzaschi looking to have some fun here and get the crowd involved too. Any indication to get themselves involved, and they do, this Rio crowd. Oh, but that is just so good from Houdet. Again, it's the 1-2 punch, this time a different style of 1-2 punch with the sliced backhand. Will it be third time lucky then for Houdet? Oh, what a shame. But you've got to say, that is a performance full of quality from the world number one. It's almost as close to perfection on a tennis court you will see in wheelchair tennis. Stephane Houdet playing some sublime tennis from start to finish. Caverzaschi added to an entertaining contest. At the end of the day, outclassed by a player who has outclassed so many throughout his career, and he is looking good. Stephane Houdet moves through to the quarterfinals, dropping just the one game. Showing everyone exactly why he is world number one. And the Frenchman and top seed here at the Paralympic Games. He's never won gold though in a singles event at the Paralympic Games, but after that performance, not too many will be betting against him. It's Houdet who defeats Caverzaschi 6-love, 6-1, and moves into the last 8. Just 52 minutes it took. It was a little one-sided, but really coming into the match, I was saying about how Caverzaschi will have been full of confidence. He's had some excellent results in the doubles here, and also some terrific performances this year in the Series 3 events on the ITF circuit. 6 tournament wins he's had, but it's a level up against the world number one. And he had to find his A game, Caverzaschi. Didn't quite happen today, just a few too many errors, not really causing Houdet too many issues with his first serve. But on top of that, Houdet was in magnificent form, and really it needed to be the other way around if we were going to see a closer contest. But Houdet certainly was aware of the talent that Caverzaschi possessed. And by that, you could see that he was primed and ready. Certainly paid his opponent the utmost respect, but was on the money from start to finish. And the other thing is that the match didn't last too long, so particularly in this heat, important for him to get back into the locker room and to save his energy for what will likely be tougher tasks ahead. Great experience though for Caverzaschi. He's gone one round further than he did at the London Paralympic Games. He's at a career high ranking of world number 15 is the Spaniard, and he's certainly going in the right direction. 23 years of age, and you would think in 4 years' time in Tokyo, then maybe he'll be ranked even higher. Maybe he needs to just develop that attacking side of his game, and maybe stepping up the court, because he seemed to just run out of ideas against Houdet. But still plenty to be proud of, and he will have learned a lot from his singles experience. Still left in the doubles, remember, with his partner De La Puente, so his Paralympic Games experience isn't over just yet. And he gave the fans, particularly in that last game, plenty to cheer about. But it is Houdet, the top seed and world number one, who moves through to the last 8 here on centre court. Confirmation then of the win for the world #1 top seed Stephane Houdet. He's got past Daniel Caverzaschi in the third round, dropping just the one game in 6-love, 6-1.
Je viens du Liban.
C'est pas en rouge. C'est pas en rouge. Comment je viens là, moi? Je viens, c'est pas mal, oui. Allez, viens là. C'est un peu chaud. Aïe, aïe,
Thank you.
c'est bien là, hein? Oh. Obrigado. Music.
Parabéns, hein?
So these are the match statistics in that third round encounter. Houdet playing some glittering tennis from start to finish. Look at those for statistics. 18 winners, just the 11 unforced errors. He's the player who was able to get on top of the points early on, get himself up the court when he could. And really, it was a flawless performance. So he'll like to improve the first serve percentage, no doubt about that. Just 54%. But he was able to get Caverzaschi on the move more often than not. And as I say, plenty to learn from the experience for Caverzaschi, but maybe just needing to be a little more aggressive if he is to cause the top players in the world more issues. But, a valiant performance from Caverzaschi, but it's Houdet who moves through to the quarterfinals. Hello and welcome back to the Olympic Tennis Centre. Centre court is our focus, as you can see there. Beautiful day in Rio, 27 degrees Celsius. And we've got another men's singles matchup for you. Third round encounter before, with the third seed in action, Gordon Reid taking on Frederic Cattaneo of France.
Tiles? Set. Okay, thank you.
The match.
He's decided just to switch sides after the coin toss. Robert Leek, he is the chair umpire for this one, the Australian. Just a reminder that chair umpires have a little more to do in these matches because there are no line judges for the baselines, so those shots that land near the baseline have to be called by the chair umpire. This one should be a really interesting matchup. Gordon Reid will be the favourite for it, being the third seed here. He's had a really stellar 2016. He's been able to perform at his best in the bigger tournaments this year. Won the Australian Open, of course won Wimbledon as well in front of his home fans. Also runner-up at the French Open. And one other tournament that he won was Rotterdam, which is one of the bigger tournaments on the circuit. He's established himself as one of the best in the business, no doubt about that. Currently ranked third in the world. His highest ever world ranking was second, which he achieved this year in July. He's a very talented player. He's got some brilliant touch up near the front of the court. And that's where he'll be looking to try and play the majority of his tennis today against Frederic Cattaneo. In terms of his Paralympic Games experiences before in the past, he was in Beijing and in London. He's yet to medal though. Knocked out in the quarterfinals in both the singles and the doubles 4 years ago in London. He's up against a former silver medalist, Frederic Cattaneo. Cattaneo picked up the silver in the doubles competition in London with his partner Pifa. A deadly French duo on the doubles court. He was knocked out though in the third round last time out in the singles. So hoping to go at least one better this time around. He's also been a runner-up at Wimbledon before in the doubles back in 2013. So he's had more success on the doubles court than he has on the singles court. He's ranked 8th in the world in doubles. He's a former world number 4 on the doubles court. He's a decent singles player too, currently ranked 14th in the world. Former world number 9, achieved that ranking back in May 2011. As you can see, plenty of British support for Gordon Reid. He's got his own mini army following everywhere. And making plenty of noise. That's all the Brazilian crowd who usually get behind the underdog, and there's no doubt about it. It's the Frenchman who is the underdog for this one. He's seeded 14. A battle to get through. A little easier passage though for Gordon Reid to get through to the third round. Being the third seed, meant that he had a bye in the first round. And had a good performance against Dan Wallin, winning through 6-1, 6-2. As for Cattaneo, for being the 14th seed, he had to play a first round encounter against the Colombian Okendo. By just dropping the 2 games, and then won a real battle against the talented young 18-year-old, the Korean Im. And actually, Gordon Reid played last night in the doubles. He entertained the crowds yesterday evening. It was Cattaneo who was really forced to fight for his place in the third round. Winning that one 7-6 in the third, from a set down too. Interesting to see how much he has left in the tank, because it was a grueling encounter. It was played in heat. Not too much time to recover at these Paralympic Games between matches. Of course, this one being played at the Olympic Tennis Centre. It's a purpose-built stadium for the Paralympic Games, and the Olympic Games as well. It is held a few ATP Tour events, and will continue to be a venue to hold elite-level tennis matches and tennis tournaments after the Paralympic Games are concluded. And it's a third-round encounter between Gordon Reid and Frederic Cattaneo. He's had a terrific career already. Reed, 24 years of age. You feel he is peaking though this year. We've targeted these Paralympic Games as something that he would want to at least medal in either singles or doubles. He's the second seed in the doubles with his partner Alfie Houdet. These two, incidentally, have met a number of times before, 13 times in total. It was Cattaneo who won 3 out of their first 4 meetings, but since then, all of their encounters have been dominated by the British player. He has, in fact, won their last 9 meetings and hasn't dropped a set against his opponent since 2011. So Cattaneo is going to have to try and do something different. They've met once this year as well. That was at the Pigeon Classic. And Reed dropped just the 3 games on that occasion. In fact, the last 2 times they've met, Cattaneo has only picked up the 3 games against Reed. Cattaneo, though, does have a couple of tournament wins to his name in 2016, won Bucharest and Johannesburg. He's also a runner-up at the Polish Open. Probably his best performance came at the Belgian Open, where he was able to reach the last 4 of that tournament. His ambition is to win a medal here at the Paralympic Games. You would think he's got a better chance in the doubles than he does so in the singles. Indeed, still in the doubles event. Good win that they had yesterday over Olsen and Whiley. Cattaneo and his partner Caverzaschi. So here we go then. This one a 3rd round encounter involving the 3rd seed, Gordon Reed, against the 14th seed, Frederic Cattaneo. And it will be the British world number 3 to kick this one off. Be a few nerves in the system, a lot of expectation on Gordon Reed's shoulders, but as I say, this year he has risen to the challenge whenever he's played a big event. That's a great point from Reed. Talked about his touch and variety at the front of the court. Showing that was a lovely little half volley. He's a very talented doubles player too, that feel around the net. That's quality, and it's a fine start for the 3rd seed. Secures the first game, holding to love. If he did have any nerves in his system, that will have helped him settle down. The fact that these two will know each other's game will also help. There's an excellent movement up the court, though, here from Reed. As I say, he is one of those players who, when he sees an opportunity to get forward, tries to. It's the only difference in wheelchair tennis to able-bodied tennis is you're allowed 2 bounces, but the top players to try and take the ball as early as possible and either pluck it out the air as Reed did there, and take it on the first bounce. You can take it, of course, the more time you take away from your opponent. That's a lovely little bunt up the line from Cattaneo. It's quick to move. Reason that the players want to try and take it on one bounce, of course, you take the time away from your opponent, but also if you can take it early and take it on the rise, just like in able-body tennis, and you can get your momentum into the ball, it gives you that little bit more power. So you're in a position to step up the court. If you're taking the ball on the second bounce, then it can be a fair way back. On a slower court like this one, it makes it pretty tough to hit through your opponent. He's also travelling much slower, so to generate all your own pace on the ball. The early double faults then for Cattaneo, and maybe just fearing the return of Reed. Has to put a little bit extra on that second serve against one of the best players in the world. Disappointing start then for the Frenchman. It's a gift of a game. 3 double faults in a row. And it is Reed who breaks first in this encounter. Opens up a 2-love lead in the third round. Incidentally, Reed actually made his international debut back in 2008. Guess who was the player that he played against? His first ever match, Great Britain. It was against Frederic Cattaneo. He was only able to pick up 3 games on that occasion. It was in the United States. Things have changed for him since then. He's improved so much in the 8 or so years. So he was just a 16-year-old. I took to the court on that occasion. It's a fearsome forehand. At the moment, Cattaneo struggling to ask too many questions of Reed. Didn't know which way to go here. Back in behind his opponent, and no time to change direction for the Frenchman. Of course, it's a common tactic that, to go back behind wherever your opponent is moving. Houdet. Well, they opened up the court really well and snatching at the smash. Maybe a little bit of complacency there. The 24-year-old. That's superbly done. Blink and you miss it. What a start for Gordon Reed. Consolidates the break. And opens up a 3-love lead in this opening set. It's taken him just 7 minutes to do so. Dream start then for the third seed. A response though from the Frenchman. Interesting to see how the points go. Cattaneo's serve, didn't really get to have a look at too many of them with the 3 double faults in his first service game. Cattaneo, who had his legs amputated below the knee after being involved in a motorcycle accident in 2002. 37 years of age. Career in the sport. So of course, we're hoping to stay in it for a long time. That's the beauty of wheelchair tennis. A lot of players can continue their career a little longer than you would be able to at the highest level in able-bodied tennis. He is struggling with the double faults at the moment. Actually slightly wrong. It was his 4th double fault. And even when he's getting the serve in play, Reed is right on top of it. Still more break points for the British player. A fabulous low volley. Again, getting forward when he can, taking advantage of the situation. It was a great deep forehand, but that was a tricky shot to play, but boy, didn't he execute it well. Cattaneo doing the best thing possible, getting it as low down as possible to Reed. Tough to control, but lovely racket head control from the British player. Breaks again and leads 4-love. It's exhibition stuff right now from Gordon Reid. Just making it look so easy. In the middle of the court, had to try and create his own angle. Did it with aplomb. Just ended up cutting the ball and putting a bit of funky side spin on it to make sure it bounced away from the Frenchman. Tidy tennis. This time it's Cattaneo who's able to get up the court. And he's going to have to try and do this, maybe a bit of caution to the wind. A bit more aggressive. He took that forehand nice and early. Controlled it up the line. Somehow I've got to find a way of stopping Reid from dictating the play. Trying to play aggressive tennis there, just overcooking the forehand. Doesn't hit the ball with too much topspin, so often lead to a few errors. A few more errors than players like Reid, who tends to hit with a fair amount of topspin, particularly off the forehand side. Great serve. Plenty of slice and angle on it. Reid easing away from his opponent in this opening set. He's now just a game away from taking it. It's been a quality performance so far from the 24-year-old. Really nice serve. What you consider as a second serve, right into the corner. And Reid, who leads by 5 games to love first set. So serving to stay in the first set, serving to try and avoid the dreaded bagel. Love 5. Oh yes, that is a special shot from Reid. He was well back in the court. Cattaneo didn't really do anything wrong there, just too good from the brick. Just such beautiful tennis. So good to watch. It's the ease in which he plays, which makes him so popular on the tour. Lovely hand skills. Audacious. He's purring right now, no doubt about that. Looks like he's enjoying himself out there on centre court. Can't tell you how tough that shot is, yet makes it look just incredibly easy, and it's 3 set points for Gordon Reid. Not just the 2. It's a good serve. Trying to expose the backhand of Reid. Second set point saved. Well, blink and you miss it. What a set of tennis from Gordon Reid. Secures the bagel. Much to the delight of his fans. There's Reid, who takes the opening set by 6 games to love in just 18 minutes. Good for the British player at the moment. He's the 3rd seed in Rio. World number 3, as I say, his highest ever ranking was 2nd in the world, which he did achieve this year. And you can see why he's ranked so highly. That sort of tennis in the first set. He gave very few points, or cheap points, to Cattaneo, just the 4 unforced errors. He was dominant when he came forward. The majority of those 9 winners coming at the front of the court. Cattaneo has to somehow find a way to stop the dominance of his British opponent. Maybe the Frenchman needs to be a little more aggressive. It's tough though. He's the world number 3, no doubt about that. Plenty of fans here to watch this one. And Reid has been entertaining from start to finish in that opening set. It only took 18 minutes. What will happen in the second set? It'll be the British player to get us underway. Incidentally, in the top half of the draw. Stephane Houdet, at the very top of the draw. He's the likely semi-finalist, whoever gets through this section. So another fantastic half volley from Reid. There's a tough section of the draw, though, incidentally. Fernandez, a player that many wanted to avoid in the draw, as a possible quarter-final opponent for the winner of this one. As Reid fires his first ace of the match. He's looking to become the first South American to medal at a Paralympic Games. At the moment, Reid is just brushing Cattaneo aside. Super 1-2 punch secures the first game of the second set. It's the 7th game in a row for the world number 3. Brushing over the back of that backhand into the open space. No chance for Cattaneo. Looks like he's in a rush at the moment, doesn't it? The chant was Rido from his army of fans. We want to serve better in this set. It is to cause Reed a few more problems. Cattaneo, 4 double faults in the first set. He did cut them out as the set went on. 3 in his first game. Really, those 3 double faults in that opening game really put him on the back foot early on. As I say, he's lost their last 9 meetings, so don't have too much belief. When you lose an opening game like that, it's not going to help your mentality. Slapping the racket there, Cattaneo. The fact that he tried to do something different there, threw in a drop shot early on. It was a pretty nice shot, wasn't it? It was a trick shot with the backhand. Oh, that's a devilish slice from Gordon Reed. Certainly Cattaneo didn't pick it, going back in behind his opponent. 2 more break points for Reed at the start of this second set. Just a 6th unforced error from Reed. Counter, still the second break point. That's better. This time it's Cattaneo who wrong foots Reed. He was expecting the line ball here, the British player, but good depth on the slice from Cattaneo. A chance for Cattaneo to get on the scoreboard. Magical. Again, a little bit of side spin on the ball, just to ensure that even if Cattaneo had picked that one, he was always going to be stretching forward. Break point and 3rd break point of the game for the British player. Oh, well, I'm not quite sure what happened there from Reed. It was maybe a little bit complacent. Just seemed to stop moving. Quite like the tactic of the powerful one up the middle, take the angles away from your opponent. I think he's a bit puzzled by what happened with that volley. Yes. I almost know exactly what's going to happen whenever he plays a shot on the half volley. He's not missed one yet. In the zone. 4th break point. And this time, Reed is able to take it. Longest game of the match. But like the other 7, it goes the way of the 3rd seed. 8th straight game then for Gordon Reed. He leads by 2 games to love. That's a superb backhand. Taking it on the rise, generating a fair amount of power with it. Look at that, look how high he took it as well, almost above head height, but just inside the baseline. And a chance for Cattaneo. Fine tennis. Continuing to dictate all the play. Just got to do a little more than this, although it's easier said than done. In return for Cattaneo, because you could see there, well, that replay, he was really stretching for it. Consolidates the break with a love service hold, does Gordon Reid. And he is looking very, very good. 9th straight game. Leads by a set to love and by 3 games to love. To stop the rot hit is Frederic Cattaneo. Tough to know what he can do though, because every area of Reid's game's been on the money so far. And again, you can see what Cattaneo is trying to do. He's trying to get up the court and pressurize his opponent, but once again Reid with the defensive counter-punching backhand still able to get himself out of trouble. It's a vicious return. Cattaneo knows he has to try and get it away from that forehand on the return. Moving into the ball, so much power. The difficulty for Cattaneo, he doesn't know where to move. He doesn't know where the return's going. They're stuck in one place there. So important for the players after they hit the serve to try and get on the move. Try and get some momentum. And you feel that that double fault has come about by the excellent returning from Reid. Extra pressure on the second serve. Oh, that is magnificent. Moving backwards, able to hit inside out and find a quite wondrous angle. Reid breaks again. It's 10 games in a row. Leads 4-love in this second set. so early. Getting himself inside the baseline, taking all the time away from his opponent. Then the serve setting up the point. Didn't overhit on the next ball, just prodding it into the open space. And this one is going away rather quickly, isn't it, from Cattaneo. So he is human. Routine forehand blazed long. It on the head. It's a good return right onto the baseline, but didn't take advantage of it. Wonderfully played. Again, it's just luscious to watch. Everything looks so easy. Opens up the court with the wide serve, and just moves up the court himself and just places the volley into the open space. How easy does that look? It's not though, is it? World number 3 makes it look easy. He's now a game away from completing the double bagel after just 36 minutes. Reed leads 6-love, 5-love. The big question here is whether or not Frederic Cattaneo can avoid the double bagel against this man. He hasn't missed too many volleys today. Put a drive volley on that occasion. It's a tough shot to execute, particularly when you're moving quickly forward. For Cattaneo, he hasn't had too many game points in truth in this one. When I talk about the scoreline possibly flattering one player, but really Reed has been completely dominant. That's how quickly the match has been. I feel it's almost mean, isn't it, from Reed at the moment, continuing to punish his opponent. Not too much to cheer for those French fans. Gorgeous. Really his hand skills and touch around the court, I can argue, is the best in the business. Hot conditions, but looking to make quick work of this third round match. Oh, again. It's quite funny, isn't it? I mean, the points where he's had a little bit of time to think about what to do with the volley. On a couple of occasions, he's not played it too well and got that one horribly wrong. You say maybe a bit of complacency. He's so close to the finish line. Gets himself on the board as Frederic Cattaneo, much to his delight. You have to say good effort in terms of his character to keep fighting, because Reed has played some sublime tennis throughout this one. Cattaneo with a lovely backhand up the line secures his first game of the match and avoids the double bagel. Still though, this is Gordon Reed then, serving for a place in the quarterfinals. It's another lovely 1-2 punch. It's been an effective move for Reed today. A slice serve out wide, opening the court up and then taking the ball early. Oh, super return. Refusing to go away. Cattaneo still fighting. Second double fault for Reed. Just wonder whether he's taken his foot off the gas a little. Understand it with such a healthy lead, but to get the job done here, to stay out in this heat for longer than he has to. Oh, glorious once more. Going around the side of the ball off that backhand wing, generating a superb angle. Reed giving himself a match point. Well, trying the trick shot. Cattaneo's still alive though. Just feel he was maybe a little cautious with the volley there, Reed. That would have been some way to finish had he connected with this one. Pushing that one wide. So a chance for Cattaneo to break. He's asked a few more questions in the last 5 or 10 minutes or so of his opponent. Doing a good job of getting Cattaneo on the stretch and again going back in behind his opponent. For the big winner, just missed it. So another break point for Cattaneo. He's pulled that backhand wide, so Cattaneo still alive. Saves the match point, and still work to be done for Gordon Reid, much to the delight of the majority of this crowd here on centre court. Showing some character and some fight. Here's Frederic Cattaneo. Recovers from 5-love down to 5-2 in the second set. So can Cattaneo continue his comeback, winning the last 2 games? The second time serving to stay in the match, 2-5. Nearly made it. A decent return from Reid. Gives him 3 more match points. Well, a superb exhibition of wheelchair tennis from the world number 3. As Gordon Reid eases into the quarterfinals. Comfortably gets the better of Frederic Cattaneo. dropping just the 2 games. 6-love, 6-2. And the 3rd seed is into the last 8. That's to the delight of his army of fans. It was an accomplished performance, full of his usual variety and quality at the front of the court. And it is Gordon Reid who is the match winner in the 3rd round against Frederic Cattaneo. It was a very quick match. It could have been even quicker. Cattaneo at least knows that he was able to avoid the double bagel. Fought hard and continued to fight all the way, but really outclassed by a better opponent on the day. Again, not a bad outcome though for him in the singles. He's still got left in the doubles, so still hope of winning a medal. Of course, he is a silver medalist from the London 2012 Paralympic Games in the doubles, but he is out of the singles. It's Gordon Reid who goes through to the quarterfinals. He's defeated Frederic Cattaneo 6-love, 6-2 in 48 minutes. Having so much success at these games, aren't they? Team GP. And they still have hope of more medals, particularly with Gordon Reid, although he's missed the crowd with that shot at the tennis ball. Britain, incidentally, who have never won a medal in men's wheelchair tennis. Reid looking to correct that either in singles or doubles, but after that performance, he's looking good. It's going to take something special to stop him. He'll face either Kellerman or Fernandez, incidentally, in the quarterfinals. Fernandez, of course, will be the favourite for that one. It's a tough draw. The 5th seed, possibly in the quarters. Valiant effort, though, from Cattaneo. As I say, kept fighting right until the end. And enjoyed his experience, no doubt, in terms of at these Paralympic Games in the singles. Still left in the doubles. And he will look to hopefully be back in 4 years' time in Tokyo. For now, opportunity to sign some autographs, pose for some photos. As I say, a former silver medalist from 4 years ago, but it's going to have to be in the doubles if he is to medal once more here in Rio. So it's Gordon Reid who moves through to the quarterfinals, a comprehensive win over Frederic Cattaneo, 6-love, 6-2. There you go, confirmation of the win for Gordon Reid. 6-love, 6-2 in 48 minutes. It could have been quicker. It took about a quarter of an hour to finish off the match. Remember, it was 6-love, 5-love up. It was looking like it was going to be about 37 minutes. But nevertheless, a quick match for him, which means that he can get some recovery and get himself nice and ready for the quarterfinals, of which he's in the quarters of both the singles and the doubles. Plays with Alfie Hewitt in the doubles. It also means he can enjoy a lot of the fans down there. So Gordon Reid through to the last 8. Here are the match statistics from that third round encounter. It was a glittering performance from Reid. Maybe he just spoiled his statistics a little at the end, a few unforced errors, meaning that it wasn't quite as perfect as it once looked. But still 26 winners to 17 unforced errors, a dominant performance from the third seed. And not too much to work on, really. He was exceptional at the front of the court, and there wasn't a lot that Cattaneo could do. Fine performance from Reid, and he is through to the quarterfinals, winning 6-love, 6-2. Hello and welcome back to the Olympic Tennis Centre. Centre court is our focus, and it's a glorious day once more in Rio. 28 degrees Celsius, not a cloud in the sky. Wonderful if you're a spectator or a player. Bask in the sunshine. Up next then on the centre court, it's women's singles quarter-final action. Jordanne, Whiley taking on Diede de Groot of the Netherlands. These two both seeded. They were seeded to get through to the quarterfinals, and they've both done just that. They've each yet to drop a set. Whiley, who picked up a bronze medal 4 years ago in London in the doubles. So he's a bit more Paralympic experience than de Groot. So it is Jordanne Whiley against Diede de Groot. De Groot, just 19 years of age. This is her first Paralympic Games. She is ranked 7th in the world and a dangerous player. Alexander Bagdasarov is the chair umpire from the Uzbekistan. A little bit more work to do for the chair umpires here, incidentally, because there are no line judges on the baselines. So it means that the chair umpires have to call the ball when they bounce near the baselines. Of course, both players allowed 2 bounces. That's the only difference in wheelchair tennis compared to able-bodied tennis. The first bounce has to be within the confines of the court. So what do we know about Jordanne Whiley? Well, she is currently ranked number 3 in the world, hence why she is the 3rd seed here. Achieved her highest ever ranking, which is world number 3 in June this year. So she's had an exceptional year, 23 wins to her name, 7 losses. And won the Australian Open, well, a bronze medal at the Australian Open, finishing 3rd there. But did win at Roland Garros in the doubles. Probably a better doubles player than a singles player, Whiley, although he's currently ranked 4th in the world in doubles. De Groot, also a good doubles player. She's ranked 8th in the world in the doubles format of the sport, but ranked 7th in singles, which is her career high. And Whiley reached her career high in June this year, so both players have had really good seasons so far. De Groot has won 29 matches and lost just 11 in 2016. These two will know each other's games pretty well as well. They've met twice already this year. They've met 3 times in total. It was actually de Groot who won their first meeting, which came at the British Open in Nottingham. De Groot won that one 6-4 in the 3rd, but since then, in 2016, it has been Whiley who has dominated their head-to-head. She's won straight sets in both of their meetings this year. And she also won both of her matches in straight sets so far here in Rio. Won the first round against Park, 6-1, 6-2, and then came up against the Brazilian Mayara. Won that one 6-4, 6-1. Similar sort of story for de Groot. Still yet to drop a set. Beat the Japanese player Domori in the first round 6-1, 6-3, and then got the better of the American Baron 6-4, 6-1. So both players haven't used up too much energy. Should be pretty fresh, and well, it'll be pretty tough to call this one. Had some success in 2016, won the Career Open at the start of the year, and has been runner-up in 3 other events as de Groot, the Swiss Open and the Paribas de France Open, and then the Tokyo Open as well, and also got to the semi-finals of the British Open. That was the last tournament that she played before coming to Rio. And just a reminder that this is a quarter-final matchup of the women's singles. Jordanne Whiley against Diede de Groot, the 3rd seed, against the 6th seed. just a little more experience in the bigger tournaments as well. If you look at her career and how she's done, she's been the US Open champion in 2015 in the singles, won the doubles in 2014 of that event. She won the Wimbledon doubles this year, which was the 3rd time in a row that she's done so. Also finished 3rd at Wimbledon in the singles event. And she's won doubles twice at the Australian Open too. As I say, it's had the majority of her success on the doubles court with her partner Shuka, including picking up that bronze medal 4 years ago. But she's a dangerous singles player as well, as she demonstrated last year at the US Open. The conditions should suit her game here in Rio. This is how she's got on recently. She won the British Open to carry a lot of momentum and a lot of belief into these Paralympic Games. Van Koot in the final there. As I say, won the doubles at Wimbledon, although was knocked out in the semi-finals by Van Koot in the singles at SW19. Knocked out in the semis as well at the BNP Paribas Open in France. But before that, defeated De Groot in the final of the Tokyo Open.
1 minute.
So a chance maybe for the Dutch women to get a bit of revenge today. As they prepare themselves, just a couple of final serves. Incidentally, these two are in the top half of the draw. And the winner of the match will play either the top seed, Grafeuian, or Huang, who was maybe the surprise package in the last 8. Really, it's the seeds who've been dominant in the women's singles. 6 out of the 8 top seeds through to the quarterfinals, just 2 of them being knocked out. Janke, the 8th seed from South Africa, was knocked out 7-5 in the 3rd by Zhu. As I say, Huang got the better of Kruger, the 7th seed. Two nations with a proud history, though, in women's wheelchair tennis. Britain have got a number of medals in wheelchair tennis in the women's side of the sport. 6 in total. The Netherlands have always been dominant, though, haven't they? Of course, Esther Vergeer, the megastar back in her homeland. The group looking to follow in her footsteps, of course, still very young at 19. They take their wheelchair tennis very seriously in the Netherlands. I was lucky enough to be in Rotterdam for the Rotterdam Open. It's one of the biggest tournaments on the calendar. And it's played to packed houses. So then, this is a quarter-final matchup as the 3rd seed, Jordanne Whiley, takes on the 6th seed and young 19-year-old Dutch player Diede De Groot. And it will be De Groot to start this quarter-final off. A miss-hit return, but works out for Whiley. That's a powerful forehand winner from De Groot. Important for her to start well, especially when you consider the 2 results that she's had against her opponent in 2016. That's a nice shot back in behind her opponent. It's a superb backhand. Lovely angle, the return a little short from Whiley, and it's pounced on by De Groot. A confident start, a couple of winners in the 19-year-old in the first game. So it is De Groot who wins the opening game.
First game.
Good start from the world number 7 then. Interestingly enough, her ritual, by the way, is to eat one piece of chocolate in the evening before an important match. And I'm sure she would have seen this one as an important match, so I'm sure a bit of chocolate was had last night. Interesting, isn't it, some of the rituals that the players have. Think about Rafa Nadal and able-bodied tennis with all the different rituals that he has. Jordanne doesn't list a ritual herself. Now really using the angles of the court superbly well in the opening exchanges is De Groot. The reason that she plays the sport is because there is a lot of variety and fast movement, and we're seeing that from the Dutch player. The ambition, incidentally, is to play her best tennis ever and to win gold here in Rio. She's a confident young player. With that call, slightly close, but no Hawkeye here. And that is the problem. If you question when you miss the first serve, you can disrupt your rhythm. It's really ever going to be overturned as well if you do question the call. Caressed into the corner. So an early opportunity for a break for De Groot. Good serve from Whiley. Both of these players will be feeling some nerves to settle into the match, and it's important to get yourself on the board early. A couple of clever slice backhands from Whiley. Opened up the court with the first. So first ever Paralympic Games quarter-final in singles for Jordanne Whiley. Knocked out early in both London 2012 and in Beijing in the singles competition. She's much improved since those 2 Paralympic Games. She gets herself on the board. I need to save that break point. Levels things up in the first set, though, at 1 game all, and you could see the reaction after winning that point from Jordanne, I should say. There's a little bit of relief there. That's a vicious shot.
Love 15.
Got herself up the court here quickly. Who tends to prefer the slice on the backhand side. They saw the opportunity to get forward. And they're really knifing down the back of the ball. And again, makes it look easy on the forehand wing. The Groot doesn't tend to try and swing too big, just takes it out in front. It's a very simple action, but it's effective. And back in behind Whiley. So lots of reactions from both players after the points. I think they both understand the importance of the start here. Looking to be aggressive, Whiley. Beforehand early, but unable to control it. Caressed cross court.
14-13.
Seen the forehand work up the line a couple of times, this time wrapping around the side of the ball. It's been a tight game, gets herself to a game point. Thought this match would be tough to call, and it's proving to be that way in the opening exchanges. Both players showing glimpses of the talent that they possess. The forehand firing for De Groot, and she leads by 2-1 in the first set.
15 all.
That's good defence from Whiley.
13-15.
Fascinating patterns of play that we are seeing.
Out. 14-15.
Super cross-court forehand from Whiley. Ensures that we remain on serve in this opening set. 2 games apiece.
2 games all. Ladies and gentlemen, please see my quarterfinal play. Thank you.
Bit of noise around the centre court. Those that are here enjoying what they're seeing so far. This is a very tight matchup. So much on the line for both players. I think that's going to be the tactic for Whiley, to try and expose the backhand side of De Groot. We've seen dominate with the forehand wing. Trying to find a way to get it away from that side. It's a quality point. Just manoeuvring her opponent from side to side. Lovely depth on the slice as well. No chance for De Groot, so a good opportunity here for the British player to maybe get the first break of the match. Targeting the backhand, Whiley, but De Groot onto it in a flash. How early she's able to take this return, where we can't see from that angle. As for Whiley, though, expecting the ball cross court. De Groot going back in behind. Just pulled it. Serve had opened up the court too. So that unforced error gives world number 3 a couple of break points. Points become just the one. Determined look on the face of the 19-year-old. Can she save the second? The depth of the backhand doing the damage once more for Whiley. And it is the British player who breaks first in this opening set. Whiley leads by 3 games to 2.
Leads by 3 games to 2.
So he can consolidate the break, Whiley. It's 3-2 in this opening set. Best way to start. Third double fault for the British player. Oh, well, a little bit of fortune. I think it was a miss hit. Did ever so well to stretch and reach it, though, de Groot. It was a quality point, really, from the Dutch player. Really deep balls, and look at that. Full stretch. The flick of the wrists doing the job. It's a really good return once more, because it was a good body serve. De Groot now with the chance to break straight back. 3 break points. Third time lucky for de Groot, who breaks straight back. It was the backhand that opened up the court, and then swiftly moving up the court, kept her cool. Took it on the rise on the second bounce, and it's 3 games all. Again, using the tactic to go back in behind her opponent. forehand is purring right now. Fine reaction from the 19-year-old. Could easily have let her head drop after being broken first, but able to break straight back, and now all the momentum with the Dutch player. Rips across the ball. And it's another fantastic winner from De Groot. And after breaking back, serves out to love and leads again in this opening set. 4-3, De Groot in front. So 2 games in a row for De Groot. In front once more, so work to do for the 3rd seed here at 3-4. There's a serve she's continuing to target. So looking to try and keep it away from her opponent's forehand. Only that, but keeping it towards the body. De Groot allowing her to open up. Whiley stays at a feet or so behind the baseline, allowing her just a bit more kick on the ball. Goes a little further. So looping it over. And the slice on that occasion, and maybe catching De Groot by surprise by cutting it away on the forehand side. Hasn't missed too many forehands today. Not out of the middle of the strings, though. This goes without saying, but this is a big point here. De Groot in the last 5 minutes or so has been winning the majority of the exchanges. What a forehand that was. Didn't have a lot of momentum into the ball either. Took it pretty high and found the line. And it is De Groot with another break point. Which he's able to take. And it's a 3rd game in a row for Diede De Groot. Not much of a reaction after winning it. She's now a game away from taking this opening set against the 3rd seed. Plenty to think about for Whiley. Just over forcing on occasions, British player. Away, closing out the set. That's inside the baseline as well. What defense from De Groot. Nice variation from Whiley, but everything that she threw at her opponent, the ball just kept coming back. And it's 3 set points for the world number 7. Only needs the 1. And that is a super set of tennis from Diede de Groot. From a breakdown, turned it all around and wins 4 straight games to take the opening set by 6 games to 3 in 27 minutes. The first set summary. No doubt who the aggressor has been in those first 27 minutes. Look at that in terms of the total winners column. De Groot with 12, Whiley with 3. And you just think she's going to have to come out of her shell a little more. And she has tried to step up the court. She's struggled on the whole, the British player. 13 unforced errors. But De Groot has been rock solid. It's been the forehand side that she's done most of her damage with. And Whiley has got to try and find a way to negate that and at least neutralise the point whenever the group winds up on that forehand wing.
Second set.
Well, up against it here, the 3rd seed, having lost 4 games in a row and dropped the opening set. Doesn't make the best start. The 2nd set, Jordanne Whiley. This is the first Paralympic Games for De Groot, but she's playing as if she's got a lot of experience as she blazes a backhand return up the line. Sumptuous. Look at this. He just has to find a way here to stop the momentum. At the moment, it's all a little too easy for De Groot. More of the head. She's lost the last 2 matches against her opponent, both of them coming in 2016. Both of them were straight sets for Whiley. But it is De Groot who is the dominant player. She fires yet another winner. Again, it's the forehand. Again, Whiley not even in the picture. Breaks early on in the 2nd set, and it is the Dutch player who is looking very, very good out here on centre court. It's by a game to love and by a set to love too. cheeky little return. I wonder whether we'll see that more from Whiley. Knife that return low over the net, take the time away from De Groot, and again try and expose the backhand. To somehow get it away from the forehand, because that's been on fire so far this afternoon. It's more like it from the British player. Hasn't really had her timing there. She has been aggressive. Wasn't that point. Longer exchanges are going the way of De Groot. A few too many unforced errors from the 24-year-old. It's a different type of pressure though for De Groot coming into this one. Didn't have a lot to lose. Whiley, who was the favourite, beaten her twice this year, being the third seed of course. Now that De Groot has the lead, she can deal with that sort of pressure. First of all, the second set. I was going to say a big serve, and it was exactly that. Gutsy second serve from the 19-year-old. He is throwing caution to the wind. At the moment, it's working for her. Well, gets herself out of a bit of a hole in that game, does De Groot. Love 30 down, turns it around once more and continues the momentum. Swivels into the forehand. Swats it away. In control. Sixth game in a row. She was 3-2 down in the opening set. Now 2 up in the second, having won the first 6-3. Getting away from Whiley, not showing too much emotion right now. It's a worrying time, so just wonder whether possibly struggling with the heat. It's an exceptionally hot day in Rio. One thing for the players is that it's likely to get hotter over the next 2 days. Good news is there is a bit of shade at the back of the court. But it's tough to explain the struggles right now. Never know how a player is feeling. A monstrous forehand from De Groot. Again, Whiley playing it to the forehand. She should be learning by now that you just can't hit a ball like that to the forehand wing of De Groot because it's likely to be a winner. Net court takes it long, and the double fault gives yet another break to De Groot. It's a mountain to climb now for the third seed. De Groot in complete control, leads by a set to love and also by 3 games to love. So 7 games in a row for De Groot. Still a lot of pressure on young shoulders, and you just think Whiley maybe would be wise to make her opponent play as much as possible. Oh, that's a rare error. Whiley probably just needs to try and keep the ball away from the forehand side, keep testing the backhand. Her opponent play, as I say, this is a big moment for the 19-year-old. Situation she's never been in before. Super rally, but again, it is the Dutch player who comes out on top of it. Beautiful. And Whiley has really struggled to pick which way De Groot is going to go with these forehands. Quick movement. Looking over the top of the ball, top spinning it away from Whiley. Called overall from the chair umpire. try something different there, Whiley, which she knows she needs to, but again it ends in an error. It's been a puzzling performance at times from the world number 3. Nothing away from the player in your picture, though. Just barely put a foot wrong. Curse to the commentator. Third double fault with a second set for De Groot, 4th in the match. Do you just feel moments like that just should give someone like Whiley hope to just say that De Groot's maybe feeling the pressure. He's a bit of a momentum killer, the double fault. Especially 2 double faults. Gifts Whiley an opportunity to get one of the 2 breaks back that she needs. Forehand into the net, and so Whiley stops the rot. First game in 8 for the world number 3. And maybe a glimmer of hope in this quarter-final match. 2 double faults proving very, very costly for De Groot. Construction from Whiley, and shake of the head from De Groot. Really just doing the right thing. It's a quality forehand. She's made a couple of errors. She's been quick to bounce back. Look at that, 19 in total. Making it look so easy. And once more, it's an action that isn't too forceful. It's all about timing. And the timing has been on today. Wondered whether the momentum was going to switch and the pendulum was going to swing Whiley's way. Doesn't look like it. De Groot breaks straight back and re-establishes her 3-game cushion in this second set. 4-1, De Groot leads in the second. an edgy service game last time out for De Groot. Couple of double faults in it. She was broken. There's another double fault. She not over the ball at all for that second serve. Fifth double fault of the set. But it is giving Whiley hope. Good position for the backhand there for Whiley. From the chair, no reaction from De Groot. Clever. And the touch play into the body once more. Whiley. Still having issues with the second serve. Second double fault. What defence from De Groot. Up until the final ball, you felt that Whiley couldn't have done much more. Having to work so hard to get the ball past her opponent. But De Groot is in the zone right now. And a point for a 5-1 lead. Takes the point. It's a long, long way back now for the third seed. Diede De Groot on form and nearly through to the semi-finals, is a game away. Leads 5-1 in this second set. Again, trying to mix it up, Whiley. Strange performance. The rhythm just hasn't been there whatsoever for the 24-year-old. Almost every rally now, you feel, is going the way of De Groot. 3 match points then for the world number 7. And able to get it done on the first. Their forehand error. Well, what a performance from this young 17-year-old, or 19-year-old, I should say. The world number 7 announces herself to the world. Moves through to the semi-finals. Fabulous play from Diede de Groot. Remember, she lost twice this year in straight sets to Whiley. But turns it all around today, and you can understand the smile on her face. It was a dominant performance from start to finish. She moves into the last 4 and will very much have a chance of a medal. Disappointment for Whiley. Tough to know what really was up with her. Certainly didn't find her A game. I just wonder whether there was something up in terms of illness. She certainly didn't perform as she would have liked to. So it's de Groot who wins in straight sets, 6-3, 6-1 in 53 minutes. Through to face either Stephane or Juan. But dealt with the pressure so well. Remember, this is her first Paralympic Games. And just 19 years of age, and all the pressures that come with it. Seemed to take it all in her stride, and will enjoy these moments for a fair while, you would think. Almost a look of disbelief on her face. As I say, it was the forehand that did most of the damage throughout the match. Didn't panic when she went a break down in the first set. And then won 7 games in a row. And, despite a couple of double faults in the second set, found a way to get over the line. Shrug of the shoulders. I think she's a little bit in disbelief. She will have the chance to play to get through to the gold medal match. There you go, confirmation of the result of this quarter-final. Diede de Groot has defeated Jordanne Whiley 6-3, 6-1.
May God bless you. It's not about religion, it's about relationship with God.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Well done.
Oh, you think you're gonna see Jordy over there? If you can give to her, I would appreciate it. No,
I would like to.
If not, it's okay. Or you can give for anyone else. Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you.
So here are the match statistics from that one. An off-colour Jordanne Whiley, the third seed, out of the tournament. Just the 4 winners to go with 28 unforced errors. It'll be interesting to see what she says in the interviews afterwards, but take nothing away from the talented 19-year-old Diede de Groot. 21 winners to go with the 22 unforced errors, but really it was the forehand that caused the majority of the damage throughout the match. Just a few too many double faults really from the Dutch player. I'm sure she'll work on that before her semi-final matchup. But it is de Groot who moves through to the last for the 6th seed, causing an upset and winning 6-3, 6-1 in 53 minutes against the 3rd seed, Jordanne Whiley. So that concludes the day session here at the Olympic Tennis Centre on Centre Court. Anyway, for day 5, it's been another excellent day of wheelchair tennis. Wins for the top seeds in the men's singles. Stephane Houdet was in fine form, winning 6-love, 6-1 against Caverzaschi. And then also in glittering form was the Briton Gordon Reid. He won through 6-love, 6-2 against Cattaneo. Not such good news though for another Brit. It was difficult going for Jordanne Whiley, the 3rd seed, knocked out by the 19-year-old Diede de Groot, 6-3, 6-1. There'll be more action to come later on this evening, but for now, goodbye.